Sam from Road Trail Run. Let's take a look at the Hoka One One Clifton 7, and we're going to compare it in an A/B test run I'm going to take today to the 6 here. So the update here is entirely really to the upper. The Clifton 6 had stitching, if you will, and a pretty dense upper. You can see no ventilation through the midfoot, whereas our number 7 has a sandwich mesh, softer engineered mesh upper with, and I think this is a first for a Clifton, maybe hard to see, a gusseted tongue, so an arch band. So I also have a video here of my first run in the Clifton 7, and that arch band really is important when you in these lighter new engineered mesh uppers. In terms of weight, well, it drops 0.25 to 0.35 ounces, so it should come in at about 8.6 ounces or 244 grams, whereas our 6 over here came in at 8.85 ounces or 252 grams. They are available in wide, but I found the toe box here more forgiving. You can see the toe bumper is adequate but not overly firm, whereas here we had a stiffer kind of very front toe bumper. You'll also note we have a pull tab Achilles collar. In my first run, I found the rear hold really excellent. For me, the Clifton 1 was a great shoe. I ran some incredibly fast times, but it was a very unstable shoe if you landed at the heel. Over time, that has improved. So the Clifton, due to its light weight for the stack, and the stack is 29 millimeter heel, 24 millimeter forefoot, that's unchanged for men's. The women's is a little less at 27, 22. So you get a lot of cushion for relatively light weight. I also note that, and here's our 6, that our 7 is a little bit more flexible already, so that's welcome. I think that's probably coming from the different upper, which is more pliable, especially right there at the midfoot. So I'm going to take them out for a run. I'm going to tell you how they comparatively fit. I'm in true to size with both. They're $130. They're coming out August 2020, the Clifton 7. Okay, about 3 miles into my A/B test. It's very, very humid, not particularly hot, but very, very humid. So a good test of breathability. Let's start with that. The 7 is clearly more breathable than the 6, especially felt at the midfoot because the panels on the 6 aren't perforated or ventilated. Toe box, much improved in the 7. Perfect hold, less of a feeling of pressure over the toes that I had in the 6. It wasn't terrible. In terms of lace-up, tongue, very... Also note how the tongue is migrated in the 6, whereas in the 7, not at all, because of our gusset. Another nice move. Comment on the heel hold. A rougher, lower feel here in the 6, whereas in our 7, with this new higher unit, just a very nice, secure hold, no roughness felt whatsoever. Now, a little bit about the ride. I didn't think there'd be any differences. Hoka said it should be the same. However, the 7 is a touch softer. It's definitely more flexible. It transitions better than our 6. They have about equivalent miles on them. Not sure what they did, if it's a bit softer outsole or maybe midsole, more likely. But there's a bit more bounce over here in the 7, whereas in our 6, it's a little more responsive. Not too much question in my mind that the 7 has a smoother transition. I think because it's more flexible, so it's just a lot more pleasant to run. Here, over here, the transition's a bit delayed in the 6, so definitely an improvement in the ride. I actually feeling a bit of forefoot fatigue in the 6, which I'm not at all in the 7. The flexibility I think is helping, and a touch more softness, not the softness of the original Clifton 1. One other note, I'm feeling in the 6 some arch pressure, one of those things that sometimes Hoka has had problems with. None whatsoever with our arch band, maybe something a little different in the geometry with the 7. So I'm going to keep running. but I'm gonna say the Clifton 7 is a really fine update, a bit more like the very originals, with a superb, highly breathable upper, a bit softer, lots of cushion here, stable enough, and so it's a good choice as a daily trainer for those seeking a light, maximally cushioned shoe. Thank you very much for watching.